pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I've taken attendance. Everyone is here. Marie did the meeting minutes for our last town board meeting that was on July 14th. You all have those. I'll accept a motion. How you'd like to proceed with that?
I make a motion to accept the minutes of the July 15th meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, the meeting minutes from July 14th are approved. Next is public expression. I remind everyone that public expression is an opportunity for individuals to comment on matters involving Newport other than those pertinent to any public hearings. The time reserved for public expression is not a question and answer period. If you need to address a specific situation and do not feel comfortable speaking at the meeting, you can contact me directly. Speakers will be limited to 2 minutes. Would anyone like to talk? Sure, Colin.
What happened with I know that the road, the Herkimer County, they did the road and they said the Newport Skyline Road that everybody was going over 65 miles an hour, like 70%. So they weren't going the speed limit. Did you ever push back on that decision?
I can reach out to them. We were waiting for the other one to come back because we sent 2 studies to them.
And have you all noticed that they've started putting speed limits on all of the roads outside, like all the minor roads, like Hawthorne Road? They've got 55 miles an hour on Hawthorne Road, but yet when you go towards Herkimer, they put it at 45 miles an hour. And it's much straighter going to Herkimer than it is coming up in some of those, on Hawthorne. I don't know how they think people are going to come down Hawthorne Hill at 55 miles an hour and come around your bend at 55 miles an hour. That's crazy. But how are they doing this? I mean,
Who is they?
the county, they're going around
Okay.
sticking up
County.
speed limit signs now through everything, and some of them are just outrageous. I mean, I know you can still get a ticket for speed unreasonable if you get in an accident, but still, I mean, why would they even suggest 55 miles an hour coming down that hill?
The same thing on Old State.
I think so. That's what I was thinking. I see
Yeah,
55 on
55.
that.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's nuts.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
It's
You have to use a little common sense when you drive.
Yeah, I know, but it's,
Are these new signs?
yeah, they just went up. Did yours just go up too, like within the last month or two?
No, this sign's been there.
No, they just put ours up. I mean, we've never had speed limit signs up by us.
Yeah.
And they're putting them all over the place. They said there's some directive now to put speed limit signs all over. I don't know.
Okay. We'll look into it, and for the 2 studies we sent, we'll look into that too. Would anyone else like to speak in public expression? Okay, if not, I will close that and we'll move to the next section of the agenda, monthly reports. I'll go first. I've been meeting with different town residents during my office hours, which are on Mondays from 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. I encourage people to schedule an appointment online or just stop by if they'd like to speak with me. The Comprehensive Plan Steering Committee did not have its meeting in August. We're going to have our last meeting in September. The town engineer hasn't sent the facilities maintenance study yet, and we can't finish the comprehensive plan without that. And the town attorney is out on vacation, so we can't do the seeker environmental paperwork yet.
Right, so the first Monday in September.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that should be the last one. I'm hopeful that it will be.
Glad you told me the other one was canceled.
I sent an email.
Yeah, that's another thing. We'll have to get all the information when it's set up my computer and all.
Okay. Next, I sent a response letter to NYMER. They came to do a site visit with us. They required that I responded to them within 30 days. So they had a few different recommendations for us. We completed 3 out of 5, with the other 2 we're going to be completing them by the end of August. The first one was to sign up the towns for the state's LENS program, which is the License Event Notification Service. So for our highway department drivers, for whatever reason, if they get in an accident, or if their license gets suspended or goes away, the town will now be notified via email of that through Jamie, the highway superintendent. The other recommendations were to install safety fixtures on the gas tanks in the highway garage. Jamie's working on that. He hasn't completed it yet. Two of the other ones were to use snow removal logs and inspection logs for the vehicles before they go out on their trips. So Jamie did complete that, and we're doing that now. And then the other one was to install stop engine signage outside of our diesel fuel pump, which we have not done yet, but we will do by the end of August. So it's important that we do these things because they impact the recertification process for next year. So I think we'll have them all done by then.
Insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's our insurance provider.
Good.
Next, I submitted the grant that you authorized me to do. It's there if you want to look at it, but it's basically a grant for the state's Environmental Protection Fund, the Parks Preservation and Heritage Grant. It was due on July 31st, and this grant is designed to help local communities either build parks or recreation facilities or to help them plan for that. Our grant was an application for a budget of $48,950 to hire professional recreation planning consultants to engage with our community and develop trail designs and an implementation plan that's fully costed for an intergenerational town trail on the acreage we own by the salt shed over there. It goes along the West Canada Creek. So if we were awarded that grant, we would have professionals come in to help us design that and talk to people in the community about what they would like to see. So we'll find out in December. That grant is pretty competitive, but there's 16 million available. We're asking for 48,000. So I think the odds are decent. So we'll find out in December.
Now, that's only to hire a professional to help us design it.
Yeah, that's for community engagement, helping design and come up with like
And then we could
concepts.
reapply for more money?
Yeah,
for-
then
for construction?
if we got that grant and then we can develop the plan, you need something like that and schematics, which our engineer could help with, to apply for the construction grant. So this grant happens every year. We could apply again when we're done with this for the construction part.
Okay.
So I think having places for people to walk outside is important for everyone, for all ages, regardless of their age or mobility restrictions they may have. So I think this is a good step in the right direction for us. So we'll find out in December and I'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, because basically what we have is Fireman's Field, right?
Yeah, we have the Fireman's Field and we have the school trails and the privately owned one, but for someone like in a wheelchair or mobility scooter, you're not going to be able to use that. So New York State's trying to promote aging in place through their outdoor recreation plan. So this aligns with that pretty well. So we'll see what happens. Next, the retirement. I know we've been talking about that for a while. Marie and I and Nan submitted paperwork to the state for them to get us a quote about that. So we'll have an estimate of how much it will cost for when you guys do the budget. Then you can decide if you want to do it or not. So around October, you'll be able to decide on that. And then we had our annual payroll audit on Wednesday, last Wednesday. Someone from the insurance fund came here to review all of our payroll records. They found that the estimate of billing was off by only about 300, which is pretty good. So next year I'm going to have them do that online so they don't have to come here. Our new payroll system will make that a lot easier. So that's. And then digital learning, we had our training, annual training for sexual harassment prevention today at 5 p.m. if you were not able to come, I've worked with NYMER to set up a way for people to do training online, not just the sexual harassment prevention, but also different things they offer, like highway department training or training on ethics and investment policies or how to be a town board member. So I'll be able to assign trainings to people who work here and then track if they're completing it or not, which is important because we're supposed to all be doing that training. And then I wanted to talk to you all. A few months ago, I talked about an employee handbook. This is something that we're supposed to have. I did a first draft of one that I would like you all to read. We're going to consider voting on it in September. It's pretty long. I modeled it after the other towns around us and what they've done. Our town attorney is going to review it, but I want you all to look at it too, because we don't have any written policies for these things like vacation time for full-time employees, different things regarding like military leaves of absence, the oath of office, our procedures for hiring or new employee orientation, corrective action and discipline, things like meal and rest breaks, what the rules are for using town computers and devices, those different things, and holidays that employees who work here get off. So it's very important that we have these things written down, so we're doing that now, but it's also very important that you all read it and engage in writing it, because it's going to have a big impact on the people who.
So we'll get a copy of it?
So yeah, I have a copy here. It's quite a few pages, so I didn't print a bunch of them, but if you want one to take home, I can print it for you. And I emailed it to everyone too. I think Josie.
I got about halfway through. I'll read it.
So yeah, you have a month to read it, and you can write notes on it if you disagree with parts of it. Let me
Just if you take that one home, make sure you bring it down.
Don't lose it. Is that what you're saying?
Don't
but
put it between me and John.
I'm still looking for that one.
Okay. And I have the financial statements to all of you. I'll accept a motion on how you'd like to move forward with those.
Well, I'll make a motion to accept the financial statements as reported.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, those are accepted. Next is the animal control officer. We got, looks like 2 calls. We'll upload this to the website. And then the assessor, he didn't submit a report, but he did communicate something with us that's going to impact the people who live in the town. So I'm going to share that information with you all now. Okay, so he said that New York State passed a law in their last legislative session that requires that all basic exemption taxpayers that are turning 65 have to either file online or by phone with the state. So they removed the applications that the town assessor used to do, and they're moving it to the state and online or by phone. The assessor can no longer register someone who's turning 65 that has the basic STAR exemption. Everyone else already had to register online for STAR, so now everyone does, and the town has nothing to do with registrations. New York State will email the assessor each year the list of new STAR recipients. He said the other revision that they changed is that people who have an enhanced STAR and don't file an income tax return have been mandated to file an income worksheet every year. So now if they file 3 years in a row and they qualify, they won't have to refile again. They will just automatically receive the enhanced STAR. So we're going to put something on our website about that for people who are confused and are contacting Dan. And Dan can also answer any questions that anyone has. Next is the codes officer who is here, so I'll let him share about what's been going on, and then if anyone has any questions, you can ask him.
It was a relatively normal month. Few permits issued, a couple fireworks permits for local events. I closed out and issued a couple certificates for a pool up on Graves Road. I believe that was the only certificate I got issued. The other thing that happened notable was to be a codes enforcement officer in New York State, you have to pass 6 weeks of, I did not know this when I took the job, 6 weeks of training with a test after each week. So I just completed the last one, last Wednesday. So now I am fully legal in the eyes of New York State to be able to be a code enforcement officer.
Congratulations.
Yay.
All right.
Now, where's the party?
I'll tell you what, there almost wasn't a party when I saw it was 6 weeks.
Oh, boy.
Was there any cost involved or?
No cost,
Okay, all
all
right. I was just
free.
gonna say, don't take money out of your own pocket.
No, there wasn't no cost. It was actually a very good training, well done by New York State. But that was completed last week, so.
Okay, good.
The only other thing to note on the report was, continued complaints up on Newport Road about, the Parente variance that was issued a few years ago. But that is it. Any questions I'd be happy to take.
Does anyone have any questions for Matt?
Is there a permit for rain anywhere?
I think we got till the end of the week.
Okay.
Very good.
Anything else? No. Okay, next is the highway superintendent. So Jamie, the highway superintendent, Carney, picked up the street sweeper that we authorized into order, so they have that now. And something we'll talk about later in the meeting is he's asking us for permission to sell the old street sweeper since that's surplus equipment now. And Jamie and I have also been working on a road improvement plan. The town hasn't had like a long-term plan for road maintenance in a while. You're supposed to update it every 5 years. So Jamie and I are working with Cornell University. They have software you can use to determine the quality of our different roads and then to generate a cost summary of how much it would be to fix all of those things. So in July, we're going to do a road inventory. This means that we have to get all the road names and limits of the town-owned roads. We have to get the length and width of them, the surface type, and then we'll have to look in the highway records to see the last year that they were paved or repaired. Then we're also going to look at the bridge. New York State said there's some problems with that we're going to have to address.
Excuse me, what bridge?
The Woodchuck Hill
Oh,
Bridge.
okay.
And then after we have an inventory of everything, we're going to determine what resources are available to help the town pay for these different things. The town historically has not used a lot of its highway department budget, so we have a large amount of highway savings that we could use for these things. But the state also has the Consolidated Local Street and Highway Improvement Program, which is called CHIPS, that the town can be reimbursed by. There's also different opportunities like the USDA Rural Development Program, potential county assistance, and then FEMA hazard mitigation grant programs that we can look at. Something that you all will have to decide with Jamie is that each year we have to, or we're supposed to be doing a 2-for-1 agreement with the highway department in order to legally spend highway department funding. I don't think the town has done that the last few years, but in that you all set what projects you want the highway department to do and a cap for funding on those different things. So you'll all need your help with doing that.
So we're gonna be putting a map together?
Yeah, a map, and then I'm using the software. I'm learning how to use it now.
And that'll distinguish the town roads from the county roads.
Yeah, and it will give a rating of the condition and estimates for how much it would cost to do different levels of repair to them. So once we do that, Jamie and I will make a report, hopefully by the end of October, so you all will know what to put into the budget with me.
Does that software cost the town anything?
It costs $80. It's one of our vouchers today.
90.
Oh, 90.
Mhm.
Thank you, Marie. And then we'll develop a treatment plan. It could range from like just minor repairs to complete like repavements. Something to be mindful of is that the longer you wait to repair roads, the more money it is going to cost. So I think in the past we've adopted a deferred maintenance approach and trying to be cost effective to save the town money, but that's actually maybe resulted in us having to spend more money now to fix those things. So we're going to try to be smart about it, and I think Cornell will help us with that. In December, we'll do the 2-for-1 agreement, and then we'll put projects out to bid and you all will create a schedule next year.
Okay, so now we can, increase the minimum as far as when they resurface a road to at least a minimum of 2 inches, because it costs us more. The 1 inch wears down and we have to do it again.
Yeah, there'll be different options that you guys can choose from.
All right, good.
But I think it's important that we do this, having a
It is.
plan to fix those. I've gotten, or I know Jamie and I have gotten a lot of complaints from people on the town-owned roads about different things.
Just so you know, North Gauge is supposed to be done in the spring now. Apparently they have to go through some eminent domain with the properties that they're gonna take from everybody. It's 33 homes, 10 people on the market for it. Newport. Deerfield's in a different county.
Yeah, that's from your, forgot about that.
It's okay.
My age.
Read
Yeah.
the telephone.
You forget a lot of things.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions about that?
Nope, I like the roads getting fixed, good.
Okay. We didn't receive anything from the historian, but Marie submitted a report for the town clerk talking about the fees that she collected this month, which will be on the website if you want to look at that. Colleen is here. Do you have any updates, Colleen?
So we discussed at our last meeting, we've been looking for something to do for the Town of Newport that's similar to like what Little Falls and Remsen do as far as festivals go. They have the garlic, the cheese, and then they have the barn festival. And so I've already talked with the village. We're going to try for 2026 in the fall to do a potato festival. We've researched this, and potato actually has some roots in Utica, New York, as far as they were the first ones to breed the potatoes to withstand the blight. And also the Irish came to this area. We have an Irish immigration here, and so we have some, the potato famine was why they came here. So we've already talked with the village. The village is, and we feel it would be better off in the village, not out in the town. And so we're talking about doing it right behind, like near Newport Telephone, along the river, right there in the land that they own. Spoke with Newport Telephone. No alcohol. If they want alcohol, obviously we would like Dick and Dirt to be involved, like with the potato alcohol. Mackenzie with her bakery, if she can do potato rolls or whatever. But to get people to come into the village and get some more foot traffic into the village.
You could probably add either a car show or bike show or combination with that, you know?
Yeah, Skylar did the car show. With the
Little Falls just did one this past weekend, too.
Yeah. We're going to aim it to be, family oriented. We're going to probably look to see if we can get some music. Dick and Dirt does have a problem where, how many people they can have in their building because of their septic and everything.
Right.
So we think this might help them a little bit too, get some people to see them and see what they offer.
And the Village Club, too?
The town tavern.
Downtown. I was called the Village Club.
Well, there's also the pizza place, but we would just and we felt that this was a venue that would include the Amish, because everybody grows potatoes in their home gardens. And so the Amish could definitely come down and have a booth, and it would not require anything because they're just selling potatoes. So yeah, I mean, we could.
It sounds good.
Yeah, and they've talked about like potato sack races, just coming up with some ideas. Putting all you guys in Dunkin' Booths and people have to throw potatoes in September or October, they'll feel.
Yeah, that's the end of the potatoes.
With a catcher's mask.
When are you gonna have this, the end of October?
It'll probably be mid-September,
Oh,
because
I
we're
was
gonna
gonna say-
try, we gotta stick away
Yeah, you could
from
be
the
Mr.
garlic, the
Potato Head.
cheese, and the barn festival. So we're gonna have to plan accordingly, but I'll talk to, the main, I use a person called the main potato lady that I get all my seed potatoes from, and they know potatoes like the back of their hand, so I'll talk with her to get some ideas and some stuff. We looked to see if there was any other festivals in New York State that run along the lines of a potato festival. Long Island, I guess, I didn't realize, but Long Island is one of the largest producers of potatoes in New York State. So that's where there was a festival down there, and there's one in southern New York. But,
Yeah, that's what Billy Fasulo's father did. He raised a big potato farm.
huh?
Billy Fasulo's father was a big potato farmer out on the island.
Well, the largest potato farmer, I think now, I can't remember the name of it. It's got a really long name. He's right out here. We don't have.
Oh, that's probably Putnowitz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously
Say
we'll
that
be
again?
talking with
Probably
them.
Putnowitz,
Probably Putnam.
right on Route 12.
So we'll be talking with them as
Who's
well.
Putnam?
And the village is all for it. They bought that down with
Yeah,
you.
that's great.
What about the town? We all for that?
Yes, I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Nathaniel's gonna be Mr. Potato Head.
Well, that's
We
it.
already talked about the potato head thing.
And if you, well, not the first year, but maybe in the second year, if you add like the motorcycle show, because everybody does car shows. But there's
Yeah.
custom motorcycles too, and everybody wants to show them off as well.
We would like to leave like the street open, like Bridge Street and everything. Obviously, you can't close down 28 like and do anything like in the village like they do down in Little Falls or in Remsen. But if we put it down there and then allow people to park on those roads, then they can walk on those roads and come up into like all the businesses that are in the town of Newport.
Yeah,
Or the
parking is
village.
a little bit of an issue, but
Well,
the parking is a little bit of an issue.
right, but if we do it down there, then it allows all the street to be used as parking. Whereas in the other places, you gotta park someplace else and then they use the street for the vending. So
Yeah.
we'll be opposite. We'll have everybody off the street.
When we get the park built over here, that would, well, then it's outside the village.
It's outside the village, I know, and I did talk with them about, they didn't realize that you were trying to do a park over here. And they said that they'd like to know what you guys are up to.
The village didn't know?
I'll talk to them about it.
Oh, surprising.
Who are you
I'm not
talking
supposed
to
to talk,
the
but,
village?
I went right to the village meeting on a Monday night and talked with them. And so a couple of them are gonna be volunteering, or their spouses are gonna be volunteering, so we're asking for anybody who wants to volunteer. Dave Wood's all into it because he does the Irish festival down in Herkimer, so he's gonna be looking for some Irish bands
I could dress up as Mr. Potato Head.
for us. Maybe already has that job.
Oh,
You could be Mrs. Potato.
all right, I'll let him do it.
Yeah, but if anybody has any ideas or anything, let us know. We're gonna have a meeting this probably October to discuss it and just have a meeting, because with this obviously. will
What
take
time
a
of year would you have it?
Probably the fall, because that's when potatoes are just starting to come out of the ground.
There's only one thing that I thought about when you said where it should be. I know in the spring, the geese are so bad down there, it's poop all over the place. But maybe by fall, it wouldn't be such a mess. Have you ever gone down there where the pavilion is?
I've never been there.
It's all
Well, they
goofy.
got a dog park down there, so I imagine. there's
Well,
a
that's at
dog
least
through.
Fenced in,
enclosed. Yeah,
right.
that's fenced in.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty big fenced-in area for that door.
Tiffany's husband, I think, did that.
Maybe we could have a
Yeah.
dog show.
There you go. That would be
Wow.
nice.
There you go.
That
Dog
would be,
park.
that would be cool.
Maybe
Okay.
bring your dog.
Very,
Westminster. Everybody's got dogs up here, right? Hey, show off your dog.
Yeah.
okay. Very good idea.
Okay.
Tiffany submitted a report saying that there's no activity in the ZBA this month.
And you're gonna be sending us the subdivision, so I guess subdivisions is on our,
Yes.
and so I would recommend that we also get, we did that one training, but I didn't think it was that great on subdivisions, if we could get some, maybe another training course
Okay.
for everybody on subdivisions.
Okay, next on the agenda is Resolution 2025-96. This is budget transfers. One is to the, or to the court contractual line, as that is being overspent, and one is to the unallocated insurance, because that went slightly over. And then the highway DB one is moving 3,600 to DB machinery to make it so we can pay for the street sweeper that's in our vouchers today.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 2025-96.
Okay, is there a second?
Yeah, it's all second, huh?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Okay, resolution 2025-96 is approved. Next is resolution 2025-97. So we received one bid for town fuel services as we advertised, so I'm going to open that now. So the proposal is from Snyder Fuel, which is located in Newport, New York. So they propose to supply the town of Newport's heating oil and ultra-low sulfur diesel requirements for the period beginning October 1, 2025 to September 30th, 2026 in the following manner. So fuel oil fluctuating price would be 20 cents over the Utica rack price on day of delivery. Ultra-low sulfur diesel fluctuating price would be 20 cents over Utica rack price on day of delivery, and they said we will deliver on an automatic schedule to eliminate the risk of the town running out of fuel. And they also said that they are available on a 24-hour basis for emergency service and can be on site within 1 hour. Their service rates are $115 for the first hour and then $150 per hour after hours. It's from Timothy Snyder.
We'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-97, awarding the bid for Snyder Fuel.
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, resolution 2025-97 is approved as amended, awarding the bid to Snyder Fuel as written in their proposal bid to us. Okay, next is resolution 2025-98. This is the town abrasive road sand bid award. So we received 2 bids and I will open them now. Okay, so the first one is from Poland Sand and Gravel LLC. The quote is for the Highway Department requested 5,500 cubic yards of abrasive road sand delivered. Poland Sand and Gravel has a rate of $12.50 per cubic yard of road sand. So their total amount for the 5,500 cubic yards would be $68,750. Weekly Sand and Gravel was the other one. The bid for the town of Newport was $9 per yard. So if you multiply that by 5,500, that comes out to 49,500 for the requested amount. So weekly Sand and Gravel is the lower one of the two.
What was the price per cubic yard? $9 delivery charge? Or I mean, delivered?
Yep, for
$9.
weekly Sand and Gravel, and then Poland Sand and Gravel was 60.
$12.50, I got that.
Yeah, okay.
How do you see, you said yard? In the yard,
Yeah, cubic yard.
both in cubic yard.
Yeah, so we could award this today, or you could table this and allow me to canvass the bids and ask follow-up questions if you would like me to do that. It's up to you and what you'd like to do.
What would be your follow-up questions that you
just-
need to know?
Double checking that this includes like no delivery fees and things like that. They just
I
put
don't
the
think-
amounts.
Weekly has ever been the lowest bidder. He's
Well, he
always-
was last year, but remember, instead of bidding cubic yards, instead of bidding tons, he bid cubic yards. And we were unable, the question came up, we wanted it to be the same thing.
Right.
So nothing was awarded, but I'm assuming it's FOB, which is delivered at $9. I mean, if it's, I mean, you can do what you wanna do, but $3.50 is a considerable amount of money for the distance. I mean,
Well, it's almost
Yeah, why don't you guys?
$20,000.
yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money, and I'd
Do we
rather
know,
see
like,
the
sand,
$20,000 be
quality of the
devoted
sand? Do you
somewhere
know
else.
any-
Yeah, it's a new clock.
Well, not only that, I mean, you
Someone
can
from
use
the
roads,
highway
you know.
department have any input on
Highway,
the type of sand?
yeah, there's a lot of places.
Potential. We might want to have Jamie look it over.
I think we should do
But
that.
everyone look at these first.
Yeah, he's got $9 a yard delivered, so there can't be any delivery charges, because he's saying it's delivered.
I just asked Nathaniel about like the quality of the sand. One year we had someone, and I don't know who, but they said there was a lot of chunks in the sand, and I don't remember who that was from. But if our highway department could give an input on the quality of the sand, I mean, that's,
Right,
So I would-
mean, a lot of people draw out of both of them.
I don't know, I
I
have
mean,
no
matter of
idea.
fact, Poland Sand and Gravel, they can't pick any up out of the village, out of the one that's in the village, they have to go up on Hurricane Road. That's where all their sand comes out of, then they have to come down and weigh it,
No, I see it.
and that's where the towns are. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, for $20,000,
Yeah,
I just assume award it to weekly. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I
I
would
mean, I
like
could
to
see if it
know,
was $1. I mean, you're talking
could we still have
$3.50.
input on, from the highway department, what they feel about the sand?
Well, yeah, well, they can say, well, I don't want weeklies. Well, what are you gonna use for, I don't want weeklies? You're gonna say, I
Well,
don't
we
like it
have
because it's
to.
too abrasive? I mean,
We
that's what it's for.
it's sand to sand.
Well, no, I just am talking about, I know one year there was a lot of controversy about the sand. It was,
The quality
Chunk,
of the
yes,
sand.
yes.
That was Poland Sand
chunks.
and Gravel because they were into what they call blow sand.
well, see, I don't know that, that's why I would like
So
to
that
have the
was Poland
highway
sand. That's how
department.
come they moved up to the other pit. As far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna make a motion, we approve resolution 2025-98 awarding abrasive sand contract to Weekly at a rate of $9 per hour delivered
Per
to
yard.
site.
I would second that. If we were to vote on that, though.
No, you second
We
it,
got
so
a
we
motion,
gotta
you gotta
vote.
vote on it.
No, there it is.
Got a motion and a second, so you gotta vote on it. Vote any way you want to. But for $20,000, we can use the $20,000 someplace else.
Yeah, but we can-
Yeah, it's not a question of who we have. By law, we have to award it to the lowest responsible bidder. I think my only thing would be ensuring that what they're
It's
presenting.
a business, I mean, Weekly's a business, I mean, he's got insurance, he's an incorporated business.
Could we just table it, just ask the highway department about,
Well, we have a motion in a second, so we'll
Gotta
vote. This is
vote.
discussion. We're just talking
Yes.
about it.
But, okay, is a yard the same as a cubic yard?
what he's got written there, right?
One's got yard, one's got cubic yard. Are they the same thing?
Probably the way they look at it, but you better check with it, that's something you might wanna look at, you wanna
Yes.
make sure that we're comparing apples to apples, that's the only thing. That was the problem last year,
Yeah,
That we
yeah.
were-
Well,
we were
the
talking about
tonnage
one was
in
tonnage
cubic
and one-
yards, yeah.
and one was cubic yards, and we just, but I mean, I don't have a problem, I mean, I'll withdraw my motion if you wanna contact Weekly and.
I
make
think
sure
I
that
should
it's-
just double check that everything is presented is accurate. I don't think there's any harm in delaying a decision until
No,
next
that's
month
fine.
because the salt shed's being repaired anyway.
Okay.
But I'll
So-
withdraw my motion to it.
Well, I'm gonna withdraw my second on the motion.
Okay, and I'm not gonna
So you don't
vote.
have to vote. I make a motion and we table that until Nathaniel has gotten additional information from either Jamie or canvass the bidders. The problem we're gonna run into, the thing I don't want to happen is all of a sudden, and Paul and Sandy Grail is a relative of mine, I'll be honest with you. The only thing I don't want is say, oh, okay, so, you know, that thing right there, they know, well, Weekly bid 9, I bid 12.50. How about if I go to 9 1/4?
No, we
Because
can't.
now you've opened up the doors.
They
that
they
know
can
what-
do it. It's
they
just
know what the lower
clarification
bid was.
questions. They can't
That's really
change.
not fair.
No, they
You
can't.
can't change the bid,
Yeah.
No,
As long as it's
it's a
apples to
sealed
apples.
bid, they can't do that.
As long as it's apples to apples.
All you have to
When it
do,
comes to cubic yards versus yards, are they the same? Is 2,700 pounds cubic yards and 2,700 pounds yards? Because that's what a cubic yard is, 2,700 pounds.
we table that?
Yes. I'll make a motion, we table that.
Yes, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
Aye.
Okay, I will talk to Jamie about this to get his input and just to double check everything.
That would be good.
Okay. Next is Resolution 2025-99. This is authorization to sell surplus town highway department equipment. So Jamie and I are requesting permission to sell the tow behind street sweeper that the town replaced recently with the new one through Auctions International.
We have the right of last refusal.
Yes.
You know, that's all I'm concerned with.
I make a motion that we approve resolution 2025-99, sell the highway equipment.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, Resolution 2025-99 is approved. Next is Resolution 2025-100. This is authorization to pay the general fund bills.
I will make a motion that we approve resolution 2025-100 to pay the general fund bills, which I don't know how much they are.
$8,700.
$8,715.74 covered by vouchers 143 to 158.
Okay, is there a second?
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, Resolution 2025-100 is approved. Next is Resolution 2025-101. This is authorization to pay the highway fund bills.
I make a motion that we approve resolution 2025-101 to pay the highway funds bill of the amount of $80,000, $287.43, covered by vouchers number 64 through number 70.
Okay, is there a
I'll
second?
second that.
Oh,
Yay.
Josie got it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Okay,
have a
Resolution
question.
Bernie told me
2023.
go for it.
Have they talked anything about replacing one of the snowplows? Because I know the contract on the other one is up.
Yeah, so
Last payments.
this payment that you just approved in the vouchers is the last bond payment. So if you wanted to replace one of the other snowplows, we could do a new bond. That's something that we'd have to ask for Jamie's input on.
Well, yeah, because we need to know what one you want to get rid of and why do you want to get rid of it. And because it takes a year to get one.
Right.
Because it took us over a year to Christmas COVID. So it took us a while to get the news. We were concerned about it.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll adjourn at 7:43 p.m. Thank you, everyone.
Wait a minute now, we didn't go 45 minutes?